Which actually isn't fast enough. I could put it on a hill though.
I have to watch out a little bit. I'm getting icy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. That's nice, huh? Yeah. So it was a few years back. I would say about 3 years, 4 years. Went through a little bit of a tough time, and I felt like I needed to do something. So there was this group of people called the NRC. It's from a major sporting goods company, and they started a running group. And so I was told everybody could join in, which I like. And so like once or twice a week I started running with them, and they had real coaches, they had like awesome people there. It was all about fun, easy going, you could choose your own pace, and of course I'd usually go with the guys who went the fastest because I like that the most, and I like to challenge myself. And this went on for like almost a year, and then I really regained my love for running, or I developed my love for running once again. I can tell you about one guy who I can never stop thinking about, and it's this guy called Forrest Gump. And in that moment, you know, like his mom has passed away. The love of his life has left him for like the third time. Same girl. And he's just sitting there on his front porch. And he's just zoned out, you know, in his own brain. And I can recognize that sometimes in myself. Just like thinking a lot. And number one, what running does is frees up your thoughts, to me at least. It at least temporarily and for a while after just releases your thoughts, like clears your mind. And I think that's a very good tool. It's a very good thing in this day and age to be able to let go of things from your mind. But anyways, he stands up, Forrest Gump stands up, and he just takes off. He doesn't pack anything, he doesn't think about anything else, he just stands up and runs. And he does this until his mind is cleared up, you know, which is for him a couple of years. But to me, that clip is just the ultimate freedom in some way. And so that is my link to running and my love for running. with the NRC and the group that I was with, I started running more and more. And one spring day, I visited New York. It was my first time ever in the city. And so I thought, you know, how epic would it be to go for a run in the city and have a look around. And I was gonna run for a little bit in Central Park. So I started up in the northwest corner of Central Park and started running through it. And I stopped here and there, took some pictures, and I was feeling like this huge excitement wave just like wow, rushing over me just from being where I was. The scenery, the feel, it's like being in a movie when you've never been there before. And it was actually all that I ever imagined. And so I kept running, and I came down to the south corner of Central Park, and I just felt I want to run through some of these big tall buildings. And so I did that, and I kept running a little bit more, and then I saw, like, in the end there was a big familiar building. It was the One World Trade Center. And even if you're far away, it looks like, you know, I'm approaching it, so I might just run there. And so I did. And when I got there, I had about 17 or 18 kilometers on my watch. And I felt super great. Like, I felt so good. The day before, I was on a very long plane ride, and I hadn't slept so well that night. I think my ankles are probably still like a little bit swollen from that flight, and well, my Achilles started to act up a little bit. And I just felt like a little bit of discomfort. It wasn't so bad. So I was thinking, like, I had my cell phone with me. I could just grab an Uber back to where I started. But no. I thought, I'll just run back. It didn't take so much time. So I ran back. And the pain was just getting crazy after a while. So I was walking, running. I was up to about 30K at this point. And when I came back, I couldn't walk on my leg anymore. And for one solid year after that, I had what you call Achilles tendinosis. And that's a tough thing to treat. Some people do surgery. I was 2 days from surgery, and I decided not to. I decided to try physical therapy a little bit more. So I did that for a long time. The most boring exercises that you can think of. Like, I don't know the names of them in English, but just a bunch of these, like, strengthening the knee, hip, ankles, and yeah, it was tough. And now it's almost 3 years later, and I can still feel this injury. I definitely have to make sure to warm up before I go. And It's also not so good for me if I stand up straight out of bed in the morning and just do something really physical. It's better if I stand on my feet for a couple of hours and like putting some tension slowly on my Achilles. This year I thought about, I wanted to do something special because every year it's the same thing. My body weight, one thing you can know, I'm much too heavy to like be an elite runner. I could never do that. Those guys weigh second to nothing, and I have a lot more weight. I did fitness training for almost 10 years, building up like chest muscles, thigh muscles, big abdomen and core. So yeah, I'm much bigger than those guys, but one thing that happens for me every year is that my weight like skyrockets every winter. I spend more time indoors eating, and the difference between winter and summer for me is about 10-11 kilo, or 22-23 pounds, which is a lot, like just up and down every year. And it feels like every winter is a little bit more and a little bit more. So this year I set a goal for myself. I decided to do a marathon. And hold on, marathon, you say? Tons of people do that. Yes, you're right. Probably not that big of a deal, but to me it will be. With my injury and all, running that far will definitely be a new for me. So yeah, my like dream about running is to finishing a marathon. Not just any marathon, the New York Marathon. And why? Well, it would be so cool to be back there and run that distance and a little bit farther than I did last time, and just beat my injury once for all and come back stronger. Oh, that's such a cliche, but without all the cliches, New York Marathon is a really cool race. It's one of the big 5 in the world, and I'm gonna do it. You bet I am. Well, I'm now a few days back from that run. I'm sorry it took a little bit, but I'm new to this YouTube thing still. I'm trying to update as much as I can, but I still have a life at home to take care of, and I'm gonna post more frequently is the goal here, and I'm gonna try to make it worth your time watching. Thank you for watching this time. Thank you for listening, because this was like a running ramble for you guys, where I just go on about some things of what running means to me and how I got into it, and like the challenges that we meet with running. I'm gonna keep doing this, and I hope you want to keep watching, because this is fun to do. It's fun for me to keep a little diary of what I do with my running. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. Bye bye.